Let's dive right into this explainer and unpack the completely invisible yet fascinating forces that get everyday products directly into your hands. I mean, have you ever actually stopped to think about the sheer coordination required to bring a simple cup of coffee or the smartphone you're probably holding to your local store? It's honestly mind-boggling, and it all happens entirely out of sight. It's so easy to take for granted, but every single item we buy has survived an incredible, highly calculated journey before it ever hits the shelf. We're talking thousands of miles, hundreds of hands, and perfectly timed handoffs, sometimes crossing a dozen international borders. Today, we're mapping out exactly how that journey works.
Section 1. What is supply chain management?
So, the most crucial thing to grasp here is that SCM isn't just one department tucked away in a corporate basement. It's a massive, interrelated network. It covers the design, the planning, the execution, and the control of all these moving parts. Think about that coffee again. The goal is to create net value, leverage global logistics, and perfectly sync the supply of those raw beans with actual market demand. And this illustrates the real-world flow from the exact point of origin straight to the consumer. Step 1 is procurement. Say, harvesting those coffee beans in Colombia. Then we hit step 2, production, where they get roasted and packaged. Step 3 is the complex distribution of those finished goods. And step 4 is end-to-end order fulfillment. It's an interlinked sequence that seamlessly puts that warm cup right in your hand.
Which brings us to Section 2, the 3 core flows.
At its core, SEM is essentially about optimizing 3 fundamental flows. First, the physical flow of materials moving downstream. But just as critical is the flow of information, data zipping back and forth, like a barcode scan instantly telling a factory to roast more beans. And finally, the flow of capital, the actual money moving upstream. If any one of these 3 bottlenecks, the whole chain suffers. To keep those materials, data, and money moving flawlessly, companies rely on these core functions to act as the gears of the machine. You've got demand planning to predict what we'll want, sourcing to find the materials, production to actually make the goods, inventory management to balance the stock, and logistics to handle the storage and transport. It's a totally multidisciplinary approach designed to be as economical as possible. But here's where it gets really interesting. Section 3, inherent conflicts and balancing acts.
You see, coordinating all these parts creates inevitable friction. Look at the human element here. The sales department wants high inventory levels, right? They never want to tell a customer we're out of stock. But the warehouse, they want lower inventory because storing extra stuff is incredibly expensive. SCM has to step in as the ultimate mediator to minimize total costs while keeping everyone reasonably happy. It is a constant, delicate balancing act.
So, with all these competing interests at play, Section 4, the future of SCM. Right now, modern research is heavily focused on resilience, sustainability, and risk management, and that makes total sense after seeing global supply chains break down in recent years. But look at the underrepresented column, the people dimension, ethical issues, system transparency. The future of this field can't just be about better algorithms for moving boxes. We desperately need to focus on the human and ethical frameworks that actually run these chains. Because ultimately, SCM is an ongoing, high-stakes negotiation that quietly powers our entire global economy. It's the ultimate balancing act of the modern world. So the next time you buy anything, a simple pencil, a new gadget, ask yourself, what massive interconnected network compromised and collaborated to get this exact item into my hands?